Hello my friends, I'm Bee and this is Bee's Intuition, and today we're going to do a reading that will be, oh my gosh, there's a moth outside my window. I wonder what kind of moth it is. Anyways, don't get distracted, Bee. Moths could be significant. Anyways, this is going to be reminders from spirit. Any sort of reminders that could be helpful to the collective whenever you see this. Let's just dive right into it, okay? Okay, let's see. Please and thank you, Spirit. Can you please tell us any reminders that would be helpful for the collective? Please and thank you. Please and thank you, Spirit. What reminders would be helpful for the collective when they see this? Please and thank you, Spirit. What kind of reminders would you like to tell the collective? Please and thank you. When they see this message, what kind of reminders would you like to give them? Please and thank you. Okay. Okay. Ooh. So, ooh, baby. Oh my gosh, they have a lot to remind you here. Okay. Okay, before I forget, I keep forgetting to show you the bottom of the deck. Okay. Never mind. Excuse me. Okay. 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So, right there, actually, that's kind of telling me that you have what it takes to make yourself happy. There's like that happiness is accessible within you somehow. Anyways, so I'll just go through the cards, show you real quick. So first off, 10 of Wands. I feel like that's a message about like you don't need to carry your burden alone. 3 of Cups, depend on your friends, or your friends are here to support you. King of Swords, so maybe there's somebody here that is a good communicator, straightforward. Maybe that person can offer you some wisdom or help during this time. The Moon card, so this is telling me that you don't see everything right now, and that's okay. It's okay not to see everything. Sometimes our limited perspective is necessary for a specific time frame, you know? Knight of Pentacles, so maybe like a reminder to take things slowly and steadily. Oh, how interesting. This one is the only one that came out in reverse. 5 of Wands came out in the reverse. So maybe you're putting some sort of conflict to rest during this time. Queen of Swords, so we have the King and Queen of Swords. This could be you, or this could be somebody that's very wise, somebody that is a good communicator again, could be offering you some sort of advice, wisdom. The Judgment card, I feel like you're going through a huge transition during this time, so I feel like that is telling you to be kind with yourself and patient with yourself. That's a significant thing to go through. And then the Magician card. I feel like the Magician keeps showing up for you guys, recently especially. So I think that you're manifesting something, but you know, maybe you don't see everything right now, but it's coming. Okay, so let's just clarify. Starting with that 10 of Wands. Please and thank you, Spirit. What would you like to say about this 10 of Wands for the collective? Please and thank you. What kind of reminder would you like to share with the collective? Just like 1 or 2 cards would be great. Please and thank you. 10 of Wands. Please and thank you, Spirit. Okay. 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 The Pink Pony Club. I'm keep dancing out the Pink Pony Club. Okay. That might be a relevant song. Anybody that likes Chapel Rowan? Pink Pony Club? Anyways. Anywho, clarifying that 10 of Wands is 10 of Swords. If I can actually grip these cards here. 10 of Swords. Honestly, with that, I'm getting, even though it looks like a bad, you know, scary kind of card, to me, it's reminding me that Spirit wants you to remember that the worst is over. Three of Swords in the reverse, so I'm getting that you could be healing from some sort of heartbreak or betrayal from the past. Ace of Cups, so yeah, I feel like you're going to be healing your past hurt in love with a new loving experience. This could be self-love, or perhaps it is an offer coming towards you from somebody else. Bottom of the deck is the Seven of Cups. So yeah, you could be confused during this time. And I feel like that's really just telling you to take your time to make the right decision for you and not to feel pressured to make a decision right here, right now, in this moment. Take your time when it comes to making decisions. Living motorcycle, confirmation. Yeah, I feel like it's important to tap into your emotions too. Like, how do these things make me feel? If you have a lot of like options to choose between, and that goes for any area of life, just make sure that you're trusting your feelings about it, you know, your intuition, you know, and wait for you to have all the facts as well. You know, take your time to make sure that you have all the facts before you make a decision. Okay, let's clarify that Three of Cups, please, and thank you, Spirit. I'm gonna try and make this one a quickie, but we will see. Last time I said I was gonna do a quickie, it wasn't so quick. But anyways, ooh, thank you. Anything else for that? Three of Cups, please, and thank you, Spirit. I don't know. Okay. Pink on glass. Okay. Okay, actually, I'm gonna try this again. Just a few. Please, thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Okay. Anything else, please, in there. Okay. Okay, good. Okay. So, clarifying that Three of Cups, we have the Strength card in the reverse, followed by Queen of Swords, and then Ten of Pentacles. This is all clarifying the Three of Cups. I think I just said that, but I'll say it again. Also, bottom of the deck, the World card. So, what I'm getting with this one is like, in times of like feeling weak, in times of feeling like you're not at your best, we all go through those moments in time. I feel like it's really telling you that that is when you should lean on your friendships, your close connections, the people that are there to support you through those difficult times. It's important not to go through that alone. Queen of Swords, this could actually be talking about somebody in your friend group that has a lot of wisdom, knowledge, information to give you that maybe can change the way that you're viewing yourself, viewing a situation. And I feel like there's something important about this person. So it's maybe even encouraging you to reach out to those that you're close to. If you're going through something that's a little bit more difficult or you don't feel quite up to par. But then it's like the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like really this could be unlocking some sort of major growth for you, reaching out to friends or reaching out to those you have around you that are here to support you. It also could help you feel less alone, help you feel like you have a community, a family. So that could be another message too, is like maybe you feel in some way like a lack of family, and so maybe like leaning on your friends and realizing that those are your chosen family could be very healing for you during this time. And I feel like community, even just building community during this time could be very like successful for you, create a lot of abundance in your life, whether that's security within your surroundings or within yourself. It seems like it's going to be very stabilizing for you, incredibly so, with that Ten of Pentacles. And it could be way more rewarding than you even thought possible as well. So that's also double confirmation for Queen of Swords. So I think that there's somebody here with that Queen of Swords that is trying to give you something very important. Knowledge, information, truth, communication. There's something here that I feel like is very significant for you to obtain from this Queen of Swords. Also, this is Queen of Swords upright. She came out upright twice, and I like that energy because that shows that she's in the light aspects of the Queen of Swords and not the darker aspects of the Queen of Swords. Like if she had come out in the reverse, that would have been indicating something a little bit like less exciting, but it feels like this is somebody in your life that really truly wants to support you during this time. So I feel like the reminder here is to let people in. If that's what you need, if that's what you need during this time, then don't be afraid to reach out to those that are around you. Also, if somebody's trying to communicate with you, be open to that communication as well. This could also be kind of like helping you along your divine path, your spiritual journey, your elevation here. It's like, yeah, I feel like you could be unlocking like a whole new level of your life by opening up to others and allowing others to support you. Because I also feel like very heavily that you are somebody that supports others, but not so much the other way around. And so I feel like Spirit is here to remind you to open up to others, to allow them to support you. And it feels like it's going to be very helpful on your journey. It's going to help you close out those more negative cycles and open some more positive ones. Very beautiful. Yeah. Okay, let's go on to that King of Swords. Please and thank you, Spirit. What do you have for this King of Swords? Please and thank you. Just like 1, 2, or 3 would be great. Okay. Just 1, 2, or 3 cards would be great. Please and thank you, Spirit. What can you tell me about this King of Swords in relation to reminders for the collective? Please and thank you. Please and thank you, Spirit. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so 6 of Pentacles came out in this direction, indicating that this is propelling somebody forward in a very positive way. There's the Empress card that came out as well, and the 8 of Pentacles. So somebody here wants to give to you, and that's their main motivation for coming forward and maybe communicating something. The Empress is giving me very much your energy. So you're very much in your power, you're very much abundant and graceful and beautiful and radiant and very captivating to this person. It seems like there's some sort of effort here or work that they're willing to put in for you. And maybe that's what this conversation that they're coming forward with is all about. Bottom of the deck is actually the 8 of Cups. So this could be somebody that's moving away from something that did not emotionally fulfill them. And maybe they're coming towards you who is more emotionally fulfilling to this person. Yeah, because they want to give to you clearly. They see that you are this valuable person, and so they want to, what's the word? Invest in you, it seems like, very much with like action. I feel like this person very much like, not only are they a good communicator, but I feel like this is somebody that really wants to show that they mean business through their actions. I actually quite like that, because it's like not only are they all talk, but they're also action, like a person of action. I like that. It seems like they really want to make a good impression on you. They want to show you that they mean business, that they're willing to put the work in to give to this connection that the two of you share. It could be something romantic. It could not be. Yeah, I'm not seeing a whole lot of like emotion. Clarifying that King of Swords, so it's possible that it's not love related, but the bottom of the deck being the 8 of Cups, it could indicate that there is feelings here. But I feel like because of the Pentacles mostly, this could be more so along the lines of like just building a foundation in general. So that could be friends, that could be just getting to know each other, on like a more personal level, it feels like. And then it's like, we'll see where it goes from there. So that seems like it's like something to be open to when this person tries to come forward and communicate this to you. It's also possible that you recently have left behind something that no longer emotionally fulfilled you, and now you are actively moving towards the things that are more serving for you, that are very much more emotionally fulfilling, that help you become this empress. Ooh, my hands are slippery today. But yeah, so it feels like I feel like there's a message with that. Where was I going with that? I think pretty much like you may be choosing things that are on your path and getting rid of the things that are not on your path to make you the best version of yourself possible. And I feel like when you do this especially, that's going to attract people that are willing to put in the work to show you that they mean business. So if you're replacing somebody that did not put in enough effort, that did not, or if you're moving on from somebody that did not put in enough effort and like any actions, and they were mostly talk, it feels like there's somebody else coming in to show you that that is possible for you, to have somebody in your life that actually backs up what they're saying with actions. Okay, let's clarify that moon card, please, thank you, Spirit. Just like 1, 2, or 3 cards. Please, thank you. Can you tell me more about this moon card, please, and thank you, Spirit? What kind of reminders does this moon card have for the collective, please, and thank you? Ooh, thank you. I think that is precisely 3. That's just what I asked for. Ooh, okay, this is interesting. So the World card came out in the reverse, as well as the 3 of Wands and the 9 of Wands. So that all came out in the reverse, clarifying the moon card. So I feel like this is talking about your fear right now. And that's perfect because we got the moon card. So the moon card is about the things that we can't see that cause that sense of fear. And so I think that you feel stagnant during this time. I feel like you're like, shouldn't I be leveling up by now? Shouldn't I be moving on to the next phase of my life by now? Like, what's going on? And I feel like that's causing you to be in your head. And maybe you don't even know what to do in terms of actions during this time. You're like, I feel like I need to act, but like, what do I do? I don't really know. Like, it feels like there's like a sense of feeling lost with that. And then the 9 of Wands, maybe you're feeling like you feel like you've let go of the past. You feel like you've released these past burdens that built up a wall and all that. I feel like you've been doing a lot of work within yourself. And so it's almost like, I feel like there's a sense of fear that you haven't done enough, or that you haven't done, it's almost like I'm feeling like, it's almost like you're feeling like, if I just do a little bit more, then maybe things will become clear. But I feel like through that mindset, you might actually be putting yourself into a hole or corner. And that may not be as helpful as you think it is. It feels almost like you're kind of confusing yourself to a degree. I think mostly it's you're very much in your head during this time, and therefore not seeing things clearly. Because it's almost like I'm feeling like you have this sense of frustration, like I released those past burdens, that past pain from the past, like I've released that. I think I'm ready for something new. I think I'm ready to act, but like, I don't know where or what to act upon. And you feel like, well, where's this transformation, this next level, this next phase of my life? It feels very stagnant and scary. And not scary in like a really scary way, but just like when we don't have a clear idea of where we're going, when we don't have a clear idea of what's next or what the next step is, then we can definitely get in our heads and feel very much like overwhelmed. And I think that could be very much where you're at right now, is feeling like stagnant, like you're not making any progress in your journey. But I feel like this is reminding you that you are making all of this progress, and just because you can't see the outcome, that positive outcome or the end goal or whatever it is that you're trying to achieve right now, doesn't mean that it's not coming to you, doesn't mean that it's not in the works, that doesn't mean that it's not going on behind the scenes, you know? It very much gives me like The Moon card definitely gives me sort of like a picture of like a stage, you know? Like if you're going to the theater and watching a production, you see what they have put on for you, like the actors and stuff, but you don't see what's going on behind the scenes, like the people that operate the sound and the, you know, that build the sets, that help maybe the characters dress. I don't know, like there's a bunch of stuff that's going on behind the scenes, and so I feel like almost like that kind of, to me, kind of talks about the Moon card energy. It's like it's behind a curtain, so you don't see what's going on behind there, and all you truly see is just the stage performance. You don't see what's going on behind the scenes, and so it's like you think you have the idea of what's going on, but you truly don't, because you don't have that perspective of what's going on behind the scenes. And I feel like maybe something here is behind the scenes and you can't see it for a reason. It feels like there's a reason for you being in the dark right now about a certain thing. And it could be your progression in your spiritual journey. It could be your past relationships, releasing past pain. It could be anything regarding that you're feeling like there's not enough improvement, there's not enough going on in the 3D, that you're not seeing the physical results that you want to see at this point. Bottom of the deck, 3 of Pentacles. So it's kind of telling me about like building a foundation. Okay. I think that's what it is. The Spirit wants to remind you that maybe right now you are building a foundation for yourself. And I wonder if you don't even realize that, or like maybe you're like so stuck on like the next step after building that foundation that you're not really spending time in that phase of life of like building a solid foundation for yourself. Because that's a lot of work to build a foundation, right? It's a lot of work and it's no small task, and it's so important to build that foundation in the first place. And I feel like maybe that's what's going on. It's like right now you're kind of in the beginning stages of building, or maybe you're just like towards the end of your building a foundation, you know, but you're in that phase right now. So it's like, I think Spirit wants to remind you to be proud of yourself, to be aware that you are building things, even if it's not the building on top of that foundation. You're still building that foundation, and that's going to last you a long time. And so I feel like that's another part of it. It's like maybe you don't have your manifestations in the 3D right now, but it's like you are setting the stage. That's too funny, because that goes back to the metaphor I was just thinking of, like the stage. Yeah, you're building the stage for all of this to take place on. And so it's like, give yourself time to build that stage, to put together things for what you ultimately want to come together on top of that and be sturdy and unshakable, you know? So don't rush. I feel like that's a whole nother message too, is just like, take your time to build this foundation. Also, this could be talking about building a community as well, focusing on who you have around you, who supports you, who is there for you, you know, and like kind of building those supports could be very important during this time as well. Yeah, so have faith that everything is coming together exactly as it should, even if you're not seeing everything clearly right now in this moment. It feels like you're doing very important work. So just remind yourself that you are doing things, even if it's not showing up in the 3D right now. Let's go on to that Knight of Pentacles. Please and thank you, Spirit. What can you tell me about this Knight of Pentacles? Please and thank you. Anything else about this Knight of Pentacles in relation to the reminders you would like to tell the collective when they see this? Please and thank you. This is weird. Oh, okay. I think I see what's going on here. Okay, so clarifying that Knight of Pentacles, we have 7 of Swords, this direction, propelling somebody forward, the Justice card actually came out in this direction, holding somebody back. Two of Swords, and then the Sun card. Bottom of the deck is the Emperor. Okay, so I was getting the message before about the Knight of Pentacles potentially being like in the space of like knowing when to slow down and be slow and steady. And so I almost feel like this almost feels like confusion to me. I almost feel like you may, if you're in this time of like waiting, if you're in this time of like standing still, or feeling like you're not making much progress, or you're not going 100 miles per hour in the direction that you want to be in, that's okay. But also, it's like you So I'm getting a couple of messages with this. So since it came out in this direction, it feels like it's supposed to be propelling somebody forward, but I feel like it could also be talking about your mindset and where your mind is at during this time. So I would say just to be cautious that you're not self-sabotaging by trying to deceive yourself, that because our egos can be very convincing, right? Yeah, they can be very convincing to us, especially when we grow impatient for results of some sort. And so it's almost like this could be yourself kind of trying to tell yourself that that things are not really working out in your favor, and that things are not going as you want them to go. But I feel like that's just simply not true, and I feel like that could be your mindsets kind of trying to trick you. But also, since it came out in this direction, it feels like it's progressing somebody forward in a positive way as well. So this could even be the key to something working out for you. And so I would say think outside the box, be creative, do things that maybe other people aren't doing. It feels like maybe there's something, like maybe it's even a special niche for you, maybe in a certain area. Maybe you have a creative project and everybody has their own style, and so you're trying to find your own style for that, and it feels like that could be very successful for you if you're looking for success. Yeah, so it may be kind of asking you to be thinking outside the box. Also, there is an aspect of like trying not to take things so seriously. So maybe if you've been in a very serious kind of mindset recently, maybe find some way to relax, find some way to kind of just, kick back and have a good time and just be in the present moment and not thinking so much about like what's going wrong and how. So yeah, there was a few messages with that. The Justice card coming out in this direction is very interesting to me, because I almost feel like, especially with the combination of the Seven of Swords coming out this way and then the Justice coming out this way, I feel like you feel like injustice is taking place. But again, I feel like this could be mostly how you're feeling and not truly what's taking place in the reality of things. I feel like, again, there's something about like things not being shown to you right now, and so you're kind of making your own assumptions based off of what you don't see. But it feels like you feel like there's a sense of injustice taking place. But again, so with the sword here, it's giving me that you need more information, that you don't have all the facts right now, and that's why you're feeling like there is this strong sense of injustice. Also, you may be feeling like your life is out of balance during this time. Maybe something in particular is out of balance in your life. But I feel like things are going to be balancing out. You may just not feel like it is, but it is. Yeah, I think it's mostly you being in your head and kind of confusing yourself. And not to say that you're doing it on purpose, not to say that you should feel bad for doing that, because we're all human. We all have those moments where we're, we don't see the 3D validation, payoff, whatever it is, and so we start to create a narrative in our own mind, right? We're like, well, that lack of physical success, that means X, Y, and Z. But it doesn't necessarily mean those things. It's just how we feel about that lack of progress in the 3D, or that lack of success in the 3D. So I feel like it could be just like a reminder to kind of like notice when your ego is trying to sabotage you. Notice when your ego is trying to tell you things that may not be part of your spiritual journey. And I think a big part of that is impatience. Because I personally find that impatience is where my ego talks a lot, you know? Because the second I start getting impatient and I'm like, well, I want this right here, right now, I notice that that's my ego talking. And it's not necessarily good for me to have everything right here, right now, because maybe I'm not ready for that right now. Maybe I am ready, but maybe the other parts of the plan are not ready yet. Or maybe if there's other people involved, maybe they're not ready yet. You know, there's like a bunch of different factors that could be why we're not seeing the progress that we want. We're not experiencing the things that we think we should have at this point. And so we're like starting to grow impatient. And I feel like that, for me personally, is when I know my ego is getting a hold of me, when I start to grow really impatient and I'm just like, you know what, I just want to do this other thing, and you know, whatever. Like, and it's like, okay, but like, is that coming from an enlightened point of view? Am I taking a step back and realizing or trying to see the bigger picture, or am I just in my 3D ego and just thinking like, I want results now, not the results that I need, not the results that are good for me, not the results that are going to be on my enlightened, highest good, my spiritual journey, my enlightened path here. But I would rather have something right here, right now, even if it's not good for me. And it's like, that's when we know the ego is there, kind of yapping in our ear, trying to make us not see things clearly and make us make decisions that we wouldn't usually do. Because we feel impatient, because we feel like, oh, I need this now, or I need something now. Sometimes we don't even know specifically what we want. We just know that we want it now. And it's like, spirit might be behind the scenes like, you don't even know what you want. Like, how am I supposed to give you something now when you don't even know what you want? You know, like, there's so many different details that come into play for that. But I would say just be aware. If your mind is starting to tell you these types of things without any like evidence, or you know, you start to feel like a lot of like fear, anxiety, overthinking, it might be best to just like take a step back from the situation and try your best to like relax and enjoy the present moment away from that thing. And it could promote more happiness for you. But yeah, Two of Swords. So it's telling me that you are feeling confused during this time, and I think it's because of there's like an area of your life where there's not a lot of movement, or there's not a lot of action, or maybe you feel like stuck, or that you're stuck in place, or you know, things aren't moving. And so it's like it's leading to this sense of confusion, not knowing what to do, where to go. But the message behind the Two of Swords is truly trusting your intuition. And maybe this is a point in time where it would be good for you to try and differentiate between your feelings of fear and your feelings of intuition. Because I think that the ego can definitely try to convince us that our worries or our anxieties about the future are our intuition speaking, and that's not correct, you know? And so it's like, I think maybe this could even be a point where Spirit wants to remind you to maybe try to find the difference between your, like, and find the difference for you individually. Because like, one way for somebody to figure out what is their fear and what is their intuition, they may be finding that in a different way than somebody else that is trying to figure out the difference between their fear and their intuition. So maybe it's like, how does it feel in your body when you feel fear compared to your intuition? How does it feel in your mind? Like, are you buzzing with all these different ideas, thoughts, and stuff? Or is it calmness when you feel your intuition or your fear? So it could be like trying to find for you individually how does my fear look and how does my intuition look, and then comparing the two. And then that way you can be like, okay, I know this feeling, I know this thought process, and that is based in my fear, and that's based in my ego, and not truly my intuition, and not truly the reality of the situation. And I feel like through determining this, you will find a lot of happiness. You will, I mean, it's the happiest card in the deck, the Sun card. So I feel like ultimately, whatever this, or yeah. So regardless of what you choose or like how you go about navigating this, I feel like you're going to have a much better result in the end than you were anticipating. So if you're concerned that there's some sort of injustice going on because you don't have all the facts, or you feel like something's out of balance, it seems like it's going to be like clearing up very easily and for the best. And I feel like this could also be indicating that when you know, go in and feel the difference between your fear and your intuition, you can be like, okay, like, I know what my fear feels like, and I know what my intuition feels like, and that way in the future, I can sort of like note that difference within myself so that I'm not getting confused thinking that my ego is truly my intuition and vice versa. So, yeah, I feel like that could be very helpful. Kind of taking a step back, tapping into your intuition, learning the difference between your fear and your intuition, and regardless, I feel like the ending is going to be super positive and make you very happy, whatever this situation is regarding. With the Emperor being at the bottom of the deck, honestly, I know you were represented by the Empress earlier, but I feel like this is also representing you. Maybe you're currently trying to balance even between your feminine and your masculine energies. Actually, that probably would make a lot of sense, because I feel like maybe you're feeling like you need to act during this time, but you're not really sure where to act. And so maybe it's not so much time to be in your masculine energy, but rather your feminine energy. And maybe you're trying to find the balance between the two. But also, I feel like this is telling you that you're incredibly powerful, incredibly capable of anything. And I feel like, honestly, this is kind of telling me that if it were the time to act right now, you would act. And so maybe trust that. Trust that you're not acting. Maybe trust that you are confused, you know, that you don't know if you should act or not, or what you should act upon and how and whatever. Maybe it's like good for you to take the time to be like, why am I feeling so confused in this area of my life? Or why do I not know how to act in this moment? And maybe the answer is you're not supposed to act. Motorcycle revving, confirmation. And also, like, it's very important to like notice like about the Emperor is that he has a suit of armor underneath his cloak here. So although he's like sitting back, relaxing, maxing and relaxing, acting all cool, he is sitting there with his armor on. So if it is time for him to act, if it is time for him to go to battle, he's ready. He's ready for it, you know? He's ready and waiting, but like he can trust the fact that right now is the time for sitting. Now is the time for relaxing and maybe taking like a few deep breaths, you know, gathering yourself, grounding yourself even. And then it's like, you gotta just trust that you will know when you need to act and what you will act on and how you will act on that. So it feels like very much like trust that you will know when the time is right. Okay, let's clarify that Five of Wands in the reverse. Please and thank you, Spirit. What are you trying to tell us with that Five of Wands in the reverse? Please and thank you, Spirit. From what reminder do you have for the collective? That Five of Wands in the reverse. Please and thank you. Please and thank you, Spirit. What do you have with that? What are you trying to tell us? Okay. Anything else? Please and thank you, Spirit. Anything else regarding that Five of Wands in the reverse? The collective. Please and thank you. Please and thank you, Spirit. One or two would be great. Thank you. Perfect. Oh, okay. We got a few. Alrighty, so that Five of Wands in the reverse, clarified by the Six of Swords. Knight of Pentacles, double confirmation for Knight of Pentacles. The Hierophant, and the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so this is actually quite interesting to me. So, in terms of conflicts, you know what, with it being in the reverse, this could be internal conflict for you. Yeah, it could be very much confirming how you're feeling. Yeah, so maybe you are in a time of confusion and inner conflict, but it's like you're going to be moving out of that phase or that mindset or mentality. You're moving out of that time of confusion, conflict. Like the way that the swords look on the boat looks very organized to me, so I feel like you could even be organizing your thoughts, potentially going into a time of more clarity as well. And then with the Knight of Pentacles, I feel like this is some sort of theme in your life. The lack of movement, or something taking too long, or something requiring a lot of patience. And so I feel like that is giving you this mindset of the Five of Pentacles. And it could be even related to love. Maybe you're feeling at this time that when it comes to love, you're not very lucky, that things are kind of lacking in your love life. I feel like you could be somebody that does crave partnership ultimately, whether that's legal marriage or just like having a life partner. It feels like that is something that you crave, and you feel like there's like, it feels like very much like dead, like the dead of winter is what I'm getting, you know, like nothing's growing, it's just cold and bitter. That's kind of like how I feel like you feel about your love life, or about whatever is causing this inner conflict here. But yeah, there's something that's taking too long in your mind, and you're like, I feel like it should be taking a shorter amount of time, or that things should be coming to me much more faster, much more quicker. And you could even be saying to yourself, I've done the work. I've moved out of these mental spaces. I've moved away from those more toxic mindsets. I've, corrected those ways of thinking. So why is it still going slowly if I did the work, is kind of what I'm getting. It's a sense of frustration. And it could even be that, like, you feel that spirit is not either helping you during this time. Spirit is, in some way, like, it feels like a lack even. Maybe your spirituality is starting to feel, maybe you're starting to doubt your spirituality a little bit more because of some sort of lack of movement, some sort of lack of progression in the way that you think it should be. And so maybe, even though you do have this strong connection to spirit, maybe you feel like spirit is absent, that you're lacking spirit on your side. But I feel like, again, that's just a misconception, and that's not really truly what's happening, but rather how you feel about a given situation. So either way, it feels like you could be just feeling kind of lost and like out in the cold. I feel like this lack of support, this lack of like guidance, and a time of like unclarity in terms of that. And so maybe this is a reminder from spirit that spirit is with you, and just because something isn't looking like there's a lot of motion or movement or action, that's okay. It's okay for things not to have motion and action and all that stuff, because maybe it's meant to happen in this way. And so I feel like there could be a big message about trusting that process. And like, things are not as hopeless as you think they are. If you feel very hopeless in a certain area of your life, it's not as hopeless as it appears. That seems like a common theme through this reading. Is like, not everything is as it appears. So just because you see something on the surface doesn't mean that that's the reality, right? Also, our emotions, our ego, those can all paint a picture and skew that image, of the reality of this given situation. Two of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, I feel like you could be feeling like you're lacking balance during this time. Or maybe you're waiting for that scale to balance, Maybe you're like, okay, I put in all of this work and effort on my side of things. I put in all that effort over here, so why isn't this part going down? Shouldn't it be leveling out by now? You know, it's like, why am I not getting the results that I want or need to balance this out? And so it's like you're feeling like, okay, I'm ready now. You can give me what I want. I put in the work, I put in the effort. Where are the, you know, external validations and physical results, you know, is kind of what I'm feeling. So again, trusting that things are the way that they are for a reason. And also, just because you feel unbalanced, just because things feel out of whack and out of balance, doesn't mean that they are. Okay, let's clarify that Queen of Swords. Please and thank you, Spirit. Anything else for that Queen of Swords? Please and thank you. Anything else for that Queen of Swords? Please and thank you. Anything else for tell me about that Queen of Swords for the collective? Please and thank you. Would you like to remind the collective that Queen of Swords? Okay, let's see. Ooh, this is interesting. Clarifying that Queen of Swords, we have the Three of Cups, followed by the Eight of Cups. Bottom of the deck again is the Two of Pentacles. This is weird because I don't know if you remember, but when we were clarifying the Three of Cups earlier, double confirmation for the Three of Cups, by the way, Three of Cups. So the Queen of Swords showed up underneath that Three of Cups. And now here we are, clarifying the Queen of Swords, the Three of Cups shows up again. What the heck? There's definitely somebody in your friend group. Oh. So this could be telling a few different stories. I'm gonna say, like, there could definitely be a few scenarios with this one. So the first one I'm getting is somebody in your friend group recently left something behind. It could be a breakup. So maybe they need support, or I'm also getting that this could also be indicating somebody in your friend group that has some sort of like desire for something more than a friendship. Maybe the friendship isn't emotionally fulfilling them and they want more than that. So maybe that's like them trying to approach the subject by, like, you know, explaining this, kind of putting this out there on the table. Like, hey, I want something more. Are you into that too? Like, it could be a conversation around that. A lot of emotions, a lot of like love, it feels like, is involved here. So the other thing is, it could be somebody leaving your friend group. That's definitely a possibility. Let me try to look back on that Three of Cups. But yeah, I feel like it could be somebody leaving your friend group because maybe being in your friend group is no longer emotionally fulfilling for them. Maybe the two of you are just not on the same, you know, vibration, path in life, or something like that. There may be some sort of like imbalance within that. And so maybe this is what's best for this person, to go on and find somebody that's more aligned to them in this moment. It doesn't feel super bad though. I don't think that there's like any like anger. If anything, there might just be a slight feeling of sadness, but it's not even very intense. Yeah, I'm not getting a lot of like, it doesn't feel negative. It doesn't feel like extremely sad. It doesn't feel like it's like heartbreaking or anything. So I might clarify that a little bit more to see what else it can tell me about that, because yeah, I don't know if I'm seeing the picture quite clearly with that. But the Two of Pentacles being at the bottom of the deck, maybe something here in your something in your friendship group, or friend group, could need some sort of sense of balance or balancing out. Or maybe you feel like there's a lack of balance within your friend group. Maybe something needs to be more balanced. Going back to what I was talking about before, allowing people to support you, even though I feel like you're the person that usually supports others, maybe that's the lack of balance here. Maybe somebody wants you to confide in them as your friend. They want you to see them as a friend, And maybe when you're going through tough times, like leaving something behind, like a relationship, maybe this person truly wants to be your friend and support you through those difficult times, but maybe you're not letting them. And maybe that's even causing some sense of conflict. Like this person really wants to be there for you, wants to be able to be your friend in the ways that truly matter. But if you're not opening up to this person, if you're not letting them know like how you're doing, if you're not letting them know that you're struggling, then they don't ever get that opportunity to help you and support you and show you that they mean business when they say that they're your friend, you know? Because again, like actions are so important. Yeah. Actions are so important when it comes to any sort of relationship. You know, we don't want somebody that's just going to talk the talk. We want somebody that's going to walk the walk as well, you know? And so it's like, this could be somebody that's maybe even slightly frustrated, the fact that you keep everything inside and don't open up to them enough. And so maybe they're trying to say like, hey, I want to be able to help you just as much as you help me. Especially if this is somebody that truly cares for you, which I feel like they very much might feel very strongly for you. You know, this is 2 cup cards clarifying this person, so it feels like there's a lot of emotions attached to the situation. So like if this is your friend that's trying to support you, I feel like they genuinely love you and appreciate you and they want to show you that. Yeah, let me see if anything else comes out for that Queen of Swords. Please, thank you. Thank you. Oh my. Okay. Oy. I think I hit the nail on the head before. Hopefully this is somebody that you have feelings for romantically, because I think that they might have feelings for you, just a little. They're in their head about it, but they do have feelings. Okay, so what else came out for that Queen of Swords is the Lover's card, 8 of Swords, 4 of Wands. Bottom of the deck is the 6 of Cups. So you may have some sort of history with this person as well. Maybe you two like have been friends for a long time. Also, this could just be like how you make them feel. When they're around you, when they're in your company, you help them access their inner child and you guys have fun in that kind of way. Like a lighthearted, youthful, optimistic sort of way. A fun sort of way like that. Again, emotions. So this person loves you. So I think I got the nail on the head with that, that I think somebody wants to get themselves out of the friend zone, which I don't really believe that there is a friend zone, but, you know, for lack of a better term, they no longer wish to be your friend, but want to be something more. I feel like they could feel very much like, that you're divinely meant for one another. Maybe you two are very compatible. And maybe that's what's telling this person like, hey, this could be meant to be. They could even be feeling like the divine is trying to lead them to you. Maybe they're feeling there's signs from the universe to indicate that the two of you are meant to be together. Some sort of message with that. But also it could be like, you know, wanting you to choose them. Because ultimately there will be a choice made. You know, whether it's moving out of the friendship sort of area into something a little bit more romantic, or, you know, maybe this person, maybe their feelings are so strong for you that they would have to leave the friendship group if things were not to take place romantically. And that's totally fine. You know, we all have our boundaries. We all have our, we all have the ability to tell others what we're comfortable with and what we're not comfortable with. And so it's totally this person's right to be like, you know, like if you don't feel the same for me, that's fine, but I'm gonna have to like, I just can't be your friend because I want something more, and that would be wrong for me to stay your friend if I'm craving something more. But it's like they're stuck in their head at the same time, because it's like, maybe they truly do love you in more ways than just romantically, and so they're like, I don't want to have to, you know, leave this person, abandon this person, or, you know, especially if you guys have been friends for a while. You know, you may have built up like a very beautiful friendship, a lot of love and respect. And so it's like, they could definitely be overthinking about it. Like, what if I lose this wonderful friend that I've had for so long? Like, that doesn't feel good either. But it also, like, the Eight of Swords is all about feeling like you're stuck in a situation, but you're not truly stuck. It's just how you perceive it. So, maybe they're feeling like they're stuck not being able to communicate this to you. Maybe they're afraid of communicating this to you. Maybe they're afraid of approaching this subject. And so maybe they're even kind of mentally confining themselves to not sharing this with you. And maybe they feel a sense of being trapped in that energy of like not being able to communicate the full truth. And then with the Four of Wands here, it's telling me that this person ultimately would like a union with you. This can represent twin flames with the 1111. And so maybe this person truly does see you as some sort of soulmate or like ideal partner, truly. And so it's almost like, if these are like indicating their feelings, it's almost like sandwiched in between their feelings is like all of this overthinking, feeling trapped. They could even feel guilty for having these feelings. It seems like it could be a complex situation if you don't have the same feelings for them. But I really don't get like a lot of like, I think regardless of what takes place with this person, I think that it will end up for the best, because I don't sense a lot of bitterness. I feel like this person genuinely cares for you, so I don't think that you guys would be ending on harsh terms if you were to like go your separate ways if things didn't work out romantically. But yeah, so it seems like they truly do feel all of this, but it's like maybe they're not sure how you feel. And maybe that could be like something that they want to communicate with you. Maybe they have to step into the Queen of Swords energy in order to communicate this to you. Maybe they have to be clear-minded and straightforward, good communicator, provide information, tell the truth of how they feel. It feels like that could very much be what is going on here. They have to step into that Queen of Swords energy to be able to communicate this to you. And to see where you're standing on it, because like I feel like they don't really know. They don't really know how you're feeling. They don't know if you feel the same way for them. But it's like you mean so much to them that they can see like a whole future with you. Like a whole beautiful future together. But I think it really depends on how you feel. Because if you don't return the feelings, I don't think this person's gonna try and pursue that, you know? Which is healthy and good, you know, obviously. Respect somebody else's wishes. Always good. But yeah, ultimately I do think that they want some sort of union between the two of you. But I feel like it's going to be based on what you say, what you feel, how you want to go about proceeding with things. So yeah, this could be even just like, maybe a reminder to just be compassionate, to be open-minded, to realize how much strength it took for this person to come towards you and express these feelings. Yeah. I feel like you're very kind, though. This person wouldn't be so in love with you and so loving towards you if you were not, you know, giving the same energy back, I feel. And so, like, I think you will be compassionate, understanding, even if your feelings don't lie in that direction. I feel like you have a way about you that's going to be very kind and courteous and understanding. So yeah, maybe just keeping a sort of like an open mind or openness to communicate about those maybe trickier situations, such as moving from friends to something more, or potentially losing a friend because you don't feel the same way like that. But yeah, let's go on to the Judgment card. Please and thank you, Spirit. What can you tell me about the Judgment card? Please and thank you. Please and thank you. What can you tell me about the Judgment card for the collective? Please and thank you. Anything Anything else for that judgment card? Please, thank you. Okay. This one's a weird one. Oh, okay. So, clarifying the judgment card, we got the Seven of Wands, followed by the King of Swords in the reverse, bottom of the deck, Knight of Swords. This is interesting because I'm getting like a very interesting message with this one. Okay, I'm just going to share the one I'm getting off the bat, even though it's going to probably be a specific situation for maybe not so many of you out there. But it almost feels like somebody wants to fight for you. They have passion for you. They want to fight for this. And I feel like, honestly, I feel like this is how they're showing up. This person that I'm catching, that I'm picking up on their energy. I feel like they want to come in and communicate something very strongly. And I feel like maybe, because we had the King of Swords earlier, right? And although this could be a separate King of Swords, if it is the same King of Swords, I feel like this person could potentially be trying to badmouth that King of Swords, paint that King of Swords in sort of a negative light so that they stand a better chance with you, so that they have more of a chance with winning against the competition. Because it's almost like I see like a portal or like a door, and you're about to go through that door or that portal into the next phase of your life. And I feel like it's like you may have many people that want to go through that portal or that door with you, but you're very selective about who you let come into your life, who you let go on your journey with you. And so it's like you are in this, you may be in the judgment mode, where you're judging these options, like who is going to be going with me to the next phase of my life? Like who is aligned with me? Who's actually on my level here? But yeah, it feels like maybe somebody there could be envious of somebody else that's kind of competing for your attention in this realm. And so maybe they want to come forward, communicate, maybe their feelings, maybe what they want to, their truth. But also it feels like maybe they're trying to paint this person in a negative light. Not to say that that's not true to who they are, but also like we all have different perspectives and experiences with certain people. So maybe their experience with this person wasn't as positive as your experience with this person. The other thing is, this could be somebody that is in the King of Swords in reverse energy, which would be a toxic sort of energy. And maybe they're also competing for your attention, to be able to go through that portal or that door with you into the next phase of your life. This could even be somebody from your past potentially that did not treat you well, that's trying to come in and be like, well, I want success with you now. And it's like, you might not even be interested at all, because it's like, the King of Swords in the reverse is not a nice person. It's somebody that's very unfeeling, cold, calculated. Yeah, I might clarify because it's a very interesting energy. And yeah, maybe you are judging this person, especially if they come forward and try to fight for this with you, and you're like, you treated me like crap in the past. Why do you think that I'm gonna suddenly let you back into my life? I feel like that could even be your energy. And maybe this person's like trying to come in all eagerly and, forthright and be like, like straightforward with their communication, get down to business, but it's like, you may be like, hold up, like, I don't know if I want that right now. Like, I don't even know, like, yeah. If this is the energy that they're showing up in, you definitely don't want that, right? But yeah. Either way, somebody who truly wants to communicate something here with you. And so, I think here is like really indicating to you, like a reminder from Spirit, is like you have the ultimate say in this given situation. You will be able to tell who you want, or you will be able to communicate to these people what you're looking for, if somebody's aligned to that or not. and you will be able to make that final judgment, pretty much. I'm going to just see what else comes out for that judgment card. Please and thank you, Spirit. Is there anything else? Thank you. Chariot card. Coming out this way. So that's what somebody is, that's propelling somebody forward towards you. Well, somebody's very eager here. Four of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. Okay. I think this person here is potentially an ex. I don't believe that this is the same Knight of Swords as the other Knight of Swords, because it does feel like different energy. The other Knight of Swords was coming out upright, had very much giving energy, saw your worth and your value, whereas this one feels more selfish. Like I was saying, like the darker elements of the King of Swords, somebody that is very much cold, calculating, unfeeling, not at all attached to emotions. And to be honest, with that Seven of Wands energy, it gives me more about what they want, that kind of energy, rather than what you want. Which it's like, if they're trying to get back with you, your say, your opinion about them should matter to them, right? Like, you can't just force your way into somebody's life and expect them to be like, you know, accepting you with open arms without any like reflection on what has passed between the two of you. But it's like they have some sort of unhealthy attachment to you. It feels very much like it feels selfish. I don't like this energy. It feels very much selfish, like they're coming forward for the wrong reasons. And it's really, truly just because they want to, like, with the Chariot card, maybe they just want to show off. Maybe they're doing well in life, and maybe they're just like, oh, so, I got this and this and this happening, so you want a piece of this? And it's like, if this is, you know, if they're coming as that King of Swords in the reverse, and you have that very awful past with them, I feel like no matter what, you're not going to let this person back into your life. And that's probably for the best, to be honest. But yeah. They, okay. So, again, it's all about what they want. So I feel like they see you as maybe their ideal partner, as somebody that, like, is part of their life path, their purpose, you know, their path in life. They see you being very compatible with where they see themselves going in life. And so I feel like that could be the main motivation for coming forward, is that they feel like you two are meant to be together. But again, it's all based around what they want. It doesn't feel like they're very caring about what you want. It feels like, it feels much more ego-based with this person. And I feel like, honestly, mostly it's about winning. I don't think this person genuinely even really, like, I'm not getting any romantic or cup energy of emotions. At the very least, I feel like they're attracted to you, but, like, not anything emotionally. So it feels very much like questionable energy. Yeah. Because I feel like somebody just wants to hold on to you. Almost to say that they, like, it almost feels like they would treat you more as an accessory than a person. I don't know how to feel about that. Yeah, it feels like it's very much like, what can you provide for me? Like, and maybe you're an attractive person, so they see you more as like a trophy partner rather than a person. Or, yeah, because there's something about, like, the material reality. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. So ultimately, you have the final say when it comes to this given person. When they come towards you, I think you're gonna know exactly what you're gonna do, or what you want to do, or, you know, whatever. What your intuition is telling you. Maybe they're trying to put on a mask and be like, oh, I've changed, but you're like, I can see right through you. No, you haven't. because you got the power. You got the power in this situation, especially if this is some sort of like bully or, toxic ex from the past. You have all the power in this situation. So don't let this person confuse you and make you think that they have the power, because they do not. Yeah. I feel like a sense of arrogance from this person. So it could be that they're trying to make it seem like they have all the power, but no, you have the final say. You have the power in the given situation. I feel like that's what Spirit is trying to remind you with that given situation. You have all the power. Don't allow this person to make you believe that they have the power, because they do not. All right, let's go on to the Magician. Please and thank you, Spirit. Let's go for the Magician. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. What do you have? What do you got? What do you got? Please and thank you. Ooh. What else? Please and thank you, Spirit. Come on. Okay. I'll take it all. I'll take it all. We'll take the lot. Oh. Okay. Okay, clarifying the Magician. We have the Moon card in the reverse. That's giving me that something's being revealed. And I feel like it's directly related to your manifestations. So if you're feeling like your manifestations have not been taking place, I feel like something's coming in to remind you that they are, and that it's going to be, revealed to you what's been in the dark. Four of Pentacles. I almost feel like this could be you holding on to a certain outcome or the expectation of a certain outcome, and I feel like that could maybe be, there could be a reminder from Spirit kind of telling you to release your control over a certain given situation, about like the outcome. Maybe you want it to end up in a certain way, and maybe Spirit's trying to remind you to just like release that sense of control, because it could be hindering something here. Okay, wow, this is insane. Like, just look at all these. Okay, the Fool card. You're going to be having some sort of new beginning. It feels very optimistic, very exciting. Wheel of Fortune. I feel like the Wheel of Fortune will be smiling on you, especially when it comes to this new beginning. Queen of Cups. It could be with somebody that's very kind, caring, compassionate, maternal energy, kind, loving. So that could be somebody that is coming in for you, and maybe that's somebody that you're going to have this new beginning with, or maybe that's your energy. Maybe you're coming into a time of being very loving and kind, especially when it comes to this new beginning. Also, the Wheel of Fortune feels like, if things haven't been going your way for some time, it's going to change. Things are finally going to start going your way in a very positive way, and it could be making you feel very happy, very loved by the universe. Four of Swords. I feel like this is very important for you to take advantage of this Four of Swords energy, meaning I feel like right now, especially before all of this becomes your 3D reality, all of this comes into the 3D, I feel like Spirit is really calling upon you to just take some time to rest. Take care of yourself. Focus on your self-care. Honestly, that's what I'm getting more than anything. Like, focus on your self-care, taking care of yourself, making sure, there's a message about, what is it called? Siren confirmation? I haven't even said what I was gonna say, but anyways. Oh, yes, this is giving me, something about like your nervous system, maybe finding a way to relax your nervous system, or reset your nervous system or something like that. Or maybe balance your chakras, maybe starting with your root chakra. There could be something about that feeling, because it feels like maybe you're in a time of adrenaline. That's kind of what I'm feeling. It's like you're feeling, it's almost like a fight or flight feeling. And so maybe it's important for you to take a step back, remind yourself that you're not in any danger, that it's okay if you don't know what exactly you're going to do right now, Take that time to just truly relax yourself, ground yourself in the present moment. Do things that will help center yourself, ground yourself, keep you in the present moment in a positive way, and relax. I feel like something's really important about relaxing here. With the Tower card, it feels like maybe you have gone through something very significant, or when all of this change comes into your life, this new beginning and stuff, it's probably going to shake up things quite a bit. So regardless, if you've just been through a Tower moment, rest, relax, balance out your nervous system, reset your nervous system. Make sure that you're not living in a place of adrenaline, because I feel like that's going to be very bad for your health. So if that is something that you just went through, then take the time to relax. And even if this is not something that you just went through, maybe this is what is coming. And Tower moments do not have to be negative. They can be very beautiful things, especially if you've been going through a rougher time and something suddenly really good happens, then of course it's going to shake up your life, right? And so it's like before this moment happens where everything kind of turns, even if it's a positive change, it could be chaotic, right? Because it's a sudden change. And so I feel like Spirit is just trying to tell you, rest, relax, take care of yourself before this moment comes in, because it's going to shake up things and maybe make you feel a little bit less centered, a little bit less grounded, even if it's not in a bad way. It could be excitement, something very exciting. Bottom of the deck, the Seven of Pentacles. So again, it goes back to that message about having patience. Understanding that what you see on the surface is not the full picture. Yeah, growing a crop here, it's going to take a lot of time before the crops show up, right? You're going to have to plant the seed. You're going to have to feed the seed with good soil, water, sunshine. There's going to be a lot of things going into it before you even see the final results. So I feel like, if you're looking at something on the surface, superficially, you're not going to get the full picture of things. And some things, as humans, with our limited perspectives, sometimes we don't need to know everything. Sometimes we don't need certain details, even though it would be helpful for us, or we think it would be helpful for us. And I know that sounds kind of weird, because it's like, well, why am I craving that knowledge if I don't need it, or if it's not necessary? And it's like, I feel like it's mostly more about trying to see it from a more enlightened perspective, but also sometimes it's good for us to realize that we're having these fears. Sometimes it's good for us to go through these moments of second guessing ourselves, because it's like ultimately it just helps us understand ourselves more. It helps us understand where our fears are coming from, where those feelings of uncertainty are coming from. Like I was bringing up earlier, figuring out the difference between how your fear feels within your body and how your intuition feels within your body. Stuff like that can just help us understand ourselves more, and then we can go based according to that in the future when things become difficult, when we start acting in ways that maybe we don't recognize within ourselves. We can go back and be like, oh yes, that's because my ego is being triggered, or that's because I'm feeling a sense of fear and I'm believing that it's my intuition, and it's not. It could be something like that, where it's just a matter of learning yourself, learning how you respond to given situations. So it's even if you feel stagnant, even if you feel like something is not working out right now, that you're not seeing the results that you want to see, it's all happening for a reason. And I know that sounds so annoying, right? Especially in those moments where we're like, I want it now though. And it's like, I feel ya. Trust me, I feel you. I've had so many moments like that. I really, truly do understand. But it feels like Spirit is just here to remind you that, these things are happening for a reason. And even if that is just to understand yourself a little bit more, to just understand why you're feeling these ways and what they mean and stuff, that could even be contributing to that foundation, right? Because we were talking about you building that foundation right now and being in that foundation building stage. And so, like, just understanding yourself a little bit more, having those moments of uncertainty, having those moments of fear, and then reflecting upon those, we can understand ourselves a lot more and maybe have more compassion towards ourselves, have more understanding towards ourselves when we go into those more stressful situations and stuff. So I feel like Spirit's truly just reminding you to, like, you know, obviously be patient as much as you can. We're all human. It's okay to have times when we're impatient. It's going to happen sooner or later, right? And, you know, those times of, like, figuring out the difference between fear and intuition, maybe just, like, understanding that not everything has to happen right here, right now. We are allowed to take things slowly. And sometimes, and especially it feels like Spirit is trying to say that when we take things slowly, when we are patient and doing things slowly and steadily, the payoff can be so much more rewarding and much more concrete, stable, and worth having. So it feels like, yeah, it all happens for a reason. And I feel like that's mostly what Spirit's trying to remind you, is just to understand that everything is happening for a reason, even the things that we can't see, even the things that we have a limited perspective on. It's all working out for you and your highest good, and the greatest possible outcome for yourself and anybody else that's involved. So I feel like it's truly just saying trust. You know, the reminder here is to trust. And that can be one of the scariest, hardest things as a human. I know. But it seems like as long as you're able to care for yourself, understand that you only have a part of the whole picture, you know? And there's so many more beautiful things, maybe even beyond your realm of imagination, that are going to take place for you. So trust in that. Trust that you are on the right path and that everything is going to work out exactly as it's supposed to for the best good of everyone involved. Okay. Anyways, so those are the reminders from Spirit, and I really hope that you enjoyed this. If you resonated with it, you can feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you subscribe, you can become a part of the Hive Collective, because my name is Bee. Bees live in hives, and you can become an honorary bee like me. How will you be a little bee family together? All right, so thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate you. Oh, also, if you like my videos and you would like to see more in the future, be sure to click that bell icon down below so that YouTube actually notifies you. And yeah, I truly appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye.